Make my funky P-funk. Don't want my funk stepped on. I want the par. I want the P-funk. Don't want my funk uncut. Make mine, baby. Make my funky P-funk. I want to get funked up. I want to party on the P-funk. Don't want my funk stepped on. Make mine, baby. Make my funky P-funk. Hi, people. Hi, Marisha Chateau. I am Mrs. Ricks. How you doing? Mm? God before everything. You better believe it, honey. Dog liquor too. Hi, dog liquor Cam. A year older. Mm-hmm. Sean Ferguson. Hey, everybody. Well, it seems to be there's a word here. The singing. Marissa says that singing, honey. Y'all remember George Clinton? He wanted his funk uncut. He wants his party on the P-funk. Don't want his funk stepped on. I mean, when you cut it, you know. I'll talk here for a minute about this situation with Funky Dineva. Y'all know Funky Dineva very well. He's one of the pioneers of this thing they do over here in this section. Although he's never been a part of the beef sector something that's sprung up about 5 years ago. He was certainly here before that. I can remember hearing about him when he would post Facebook, and he was doing this camp drag at the time. But him, just like Tyler Perry and many of the others, eventually these men who are they're not drag queens, or they don't perform professionally, and they're not transgender, they will grow weary of the dress, right? So, like many before him, he simply seems like he just got tired of wearing the dress. But he maintained the name Funky Dineva. Now, Funky Dineva, for at least a year or so, has been a part of this thing, Fox Soul, TGIF, I believe is the name. Spell out TEA IGF, whatever. They come on Wednesdays nights. And for the past few episodes, they chop it up, right? They'll record, maybe they record for an hour, but then they'll get 5 videos out of that because one will be 20 minutes, one will be 5 minutes. So I don't know how long he's actually been missing. There's a possibility that he's actually only missing for 1 week. According to him, his brother is having a celebration out of town, and he simply took a week off, whatever. It appears that he has been gone longer than that because the stand-in guy, which is the guy from Ricky Smiley show, it seems like he's in a lot of videos, but actually all that could have been filmed in 1 day. So we don't know. But people have been accusing Funky Dineva, saying that he had fallen out with the show or fallen out with Claudia, who is the primary character on the show. There are 3 characters: Al Reynolds, Funky Dineva, and Claudia. People are speculating that they have fallen out for some reason. Of course, the alien, she doesn't have any chance to pal on about anything to do with Funky Dineva. Anyway, so I saw it a couple of places, and the big mystery is, will Funky Dineva show up on TGIF tonight? Because he says and one of the other guys who reviewed this thing, Funky Dineva actually showed up in his chat and saying that he needed to check his. Why does the light show up under here? That's new. There's a light that shines up under my damn computer. I wonder what that's about. Lord, don't get old, people. Please stay young forever. Some of this stuff will just baffle you. The simplest things, honey. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, he came onto the man's chat and he said, you need to check your facts if you're going to grow on social media, apparently. So Funky Dineva took offense. And people don't, if you are fans of Funky Dineva, don't take offense at us talking about their shows. Whatever we do on social media, it promotes whatever they're doing, right? Like if people like me, we are interested in this story, We talk it up a little bit. Then people will tune in to TGIF to see if he's actually returned. So I don't know why Funky Dineva would be offended by this stuff. It's only publicity, right? But he took offense that people are saying that he had been fired. You know, he had that situation with Sister Circle where he felt like contractually he couldn't tell the details of it. And he don't want to appear to be somebody who's always being fired, right? So we'll see. We'll see if Funky Dineva shows up on TGIF on tonight. They come on Wednesday night. Tonight is a Wednesday night. I think it's 8 o'clock. I'm not sure what time it is here, but I like that show. I'll watch it. It's interesting. He has an interesting take on things. They all three seem to do their research before coming on, you know. And they are proof that you can make a show work with just uploads. Somehow or other, here in the beef sector, we all got into this going live. Live was never a part of it initially. Live came on while we were on here, and I was one of the last people to actually start going live. I used to do 10-minute videos, upload them, and I would be done with it, right? Well, that's basically what they do. But I believe they record more than that, and then they just chop it up into several small videos. But for some reason, now everybody on Beef Sector goes live. So we're just used to people being on for an hour or so. But that does not necessarily have to be that way. It's just the, I don't know. Don't react, Timothy. Just don't react. Hi, Thais Report. How you doing? You hear about Funky? Hey, make my Funky P-Funk. You be quiet. Me and my baby play this little game, right? I try to touch the nose, and he goes like this. And sometimes I can't get it. I'm a touchy nose. I'm a touchy nose. This is not doggy time, okay? You're staring at me, boy. Anyway, so we'll see that he's back on. He seems pretty confident that he's going to be back on Wednesday. It's not unusual. People, y'all have jobs. Y'all know this, that at least a couple times a year you take off. I mean, everybody needs a break, a vacation, right? So some people will say, well, no matter where he's at, he can come on and do 20 minutes. He can come on his phone, whatever. We don't know the details of that man's life. They're not obligated to tell us. But we hope that he is still a part of that show. For a lot of people, he brought an audience to the show. I don't know that Al Reynolds really had an audience that he would bring to something like that. I think that show kind of made him popular, or we know who he is, first because of his marriage with Star Jones, but also because of this show they've been doing. Right. I get the feeling that it's not a big deal. Some people are saying he was suspended. I don't know. He says he'll be back tonight. Now, I did go over to his page, and he recorded yesterday. So he's been recording his own channel. And you know how the girls are. They say, well, if you're going to record on your own channel, if you're reporting on your own channel, why can't you be on TGIF, right? They're all so concerned, girl. I said, if you can make your video, you can be on your own channel. Why aren't you on TGIF? Are you being replaced, or have you been replaced? The reaction to the guy, what's the guy's name on there? Y'all know, from Ricky Smiley Show. The reaction is not very good with him. I mean, they're used to seeing certain personalities on there. Al Reynolds and Claudia have the personality of cold lasagna. Wait a minute, girl. Thais, are you biased? Thais says Al Reynolds and Claudia have the personality of cold lasagna. Ugh. They better keep Funky out of Fox Soul. At Fox Soul, yeah, he has a little spice to him. Now, sometimes some of the things are off color, you know, because he does have a personality, I think. But that's what brings the boys to the yard, honey. Thank you, Regina Jones. Look at you got your new gift. I ain't never seen that one before. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Okay. Well, so what were we talking about? Oh, we talking about Funky Dineva. Yeah, he does bring, and he brings an audience, right? When I was trying to get books published, what the publisher wanted to know was, what is your online presence, right? In other words, if you have a certain amount of followers, they want to know that because you're bringing something to the party, right? If you only got 100 subscribers, they don't want to mess with you, right? But if you have 100,000 subscribers, then they're very interested in you, right? Because they know they're going to sell books because you have an audience. So Funky brought an audience to their show. Oh, ain't that sweet? Wait a minute, let me see. Thank you, Thais Reports, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Sure enough. He brought not only spice, but he also brought numbers, right? And some people, I believe that they'll fall off if they don't have that kind of personality. They're not liking Gary so much. They're used to someone else in that thing, and a lot of them came there because of Funky Dineva, right? So we'll see. We'll see if they even address it. Now, all families gonna fight, so it wouldn't be all that unusual if they had a disagreement or something, and it just coincides with the time that he was taking off to go to his brother's or his family event. But I mean, you're gonna fight if you're gonna have roommates, if you're gonna have a relationship, if you're gonna have anybody. Anytime you involve people, and y'all know y'all have coworkers, and you don't get along with every coworker, but the business still has to function, right? So even if they do fall out about something, that don't mean they just shut down the business. Correct? I don't know if Funky Dineva get an attitude because people talk about shit. But for me, it's just advertisement, honey. Right? More people, y'all will know about it. Maybe y'all aren't even thinking about that. So I wouldn't trip about it. What else is going on today? What you got going on over there, Thais? You gonna bring us a tea? Mm-hmm. My computer's acting strange. Look at all these peoples. Oh, how y'all doing today? Mm-hmm. What did Funky Dineva do? Child. Well, we don't know anything about that. That woman over there, the alien who fell to Earth, you know, she jumps on every opportunity to mention her situation with him when they fell out, right? So I only saw 2 or 3 videos on there. I forgot the other guys named on there saying that Funky's coming back and kind of thing. But she always has the opposite view. She's convinced now that he's done said something so egregious. I believe someone said that because apparently she's had a problem with Nene Leakes. And in their discussion, Funky Dineva was saying she would like for Nene Leakes to come on the show, right? Not as just a one-timer, but a person regular on the show. The show is only once a week for, I don't know, 20 minutes or an hour. She would like to have Nene Leakes on the show, invite her, right? And the alien discussing Claudia's body language because her and Nene have had issues, and Claudia's saying that they need to fix it before she would invite her to the show. In other words, she don't want to just come on here and have to fake it because that would make her uncomfortable on her own show, right? So their reply was, then Claudia's reply to the guys who seemed to want Nene Leakes on the show, no matter how she felt about it. She said, yeah, and I would like to get Michelle Brown and Star Jones on the show. That being Star Jones would being Al Reynolds' ex-wife, who they've fallen out. And then Michelle Brown, of course, is the arch enemy of Funky Dineva. Right? So she seems to think that was just an opportunity for her to use her name kind of thing. But she always jumps in whenever Dineva is involved. She seems to think that's why they would suspend him. No, they talk all day, so there's plenty of reason to suspend people. And I didn't get the impression that was no big deal. The loop. Return to what? I'll return to TGIF. He's been for at least a year, maybe a year and a half. I guess it could be 2 years. He's been on this show, Fox Soul, which is an internet show. Are they just on the internet, Fox Soul? I don't understand the Fox. Is that part of Fox Network? Y'all know more than I do. But wasn't, I think Empire was on Fox, one of their stations. Fox News was the issue, the problem, right? But are they having a Fox Soul, which is all black people? Why is this damn light coming in here all of a sudden, girl? They be on here talking about roots and things. I be saying, girl, what are they doing to me, child? Why would the sun be different all of a sudden? It ain't been doing this. Let me turn it this way. Y'all excuse me and don't laugh at my big belly when I adjust this window. Hold on a minute. You know I'm ACD. AC, what do you call it? ACOD or AC some shit. No, the light is coming from the other window. So I guess the sun has moved. Praise God for ring lights. Let me see what y'all say. He got suspended. At Andrea, he got suspended from TGIF. So just be happy like me. You believe he was actually suspended. According to Funky Dineva, some comments that I read on there, his brother turned 50. He had a big 50th celebration, and he was just visiting with his family. That's why he hasn't been there. Some people believe that, and some people don't, because he has been showing up for his own show on a pretty regular basis, right? Where he discusses all these reality shows and such. Maybe they'll talk about it tonight. More than likely they won't. If he's there, he'll just be there. But why would they bring in that guy, Gary? And the people are not responding well to Gary at all. They didn't like comments that he made about, what was it? White Lives Matter situation with Kanye West. They thought he made some off-color comments, offensive comments. But you know, if you get somebody else in there and your favorite is gone, then you're going to be hypercritical of everything that he says. So he probably couldn't do too right. Why didn't he get suspended? Why did he get suspended? That's the question. Dineva said, check your facts. Girl. So maybe he's going to deny it altogether. In the situation with the other thing, with that TV show, he's been working pretty regular, actually. He's created a career for himself. He did all that work with T.S. Madison and all that. Baby, please stop. Just calm your nerves, honey. I wonder if you can put a dog on, like, get him some Valium. You want some Valium? Or do you need more psychotic drugs? What do you need? Daddy, just protecting you. So we don't know that he did get suspended. He might not tell us. That's what happened with Sister Sokol. And then he said that he was under contract. He couldn't discuss it. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Here's other things. I saw him in a preview of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So he has other things. Oh, definitely. As I said, he hasn't stopped making. He has his own show. That Fox thing, that's only once a week. I think Dineva is on pretty much every day. Let me see. In y'all town, it might be on right now. I don't know. Let me see. Make my funky P-Funk. I want my funk uncut. I want a party. I want P-Funk. Don't want my funk stepped on. Make mine, baby. Okay, he was on 23 hours ago. So he's still active on this regular thing. 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago. So even though he's been missing from that show, he has not stopped his own show. He was in on the last 2 days. But if he's returned to town and all that, there's no reason why he wouldn't be on this week. Right? So I don't know. I just saw it as a catchy headline. I was curious about it. Especially when I saw he got an attitude about it. I said, well damn, you get an attitude about it, child. You ought to stay going a couple more weeks and build it up. who shot JR and all that kind of shit. That was a prize-winning publicity stunt. Dallas, they had the whole goddamn world wondering who shot JR. You got to work it, baby. Oh, okay. Queen of the off. Queen of the South. Okay, you Queen of the South. Dineva is always getting suspended or fired from mainstream shows. I remember when he was on Sister Circle. He didn't discuss that one. But he always gets booked, but something always happens. Okay. Yeah. I think he admits that he used to be one of the Coke monsters, child. He said he doesn't do drugs anymore. I don't know. But I think that might have been an issue with some of his other stuff where he was always accused of using, partying, stuff like that. I mean, you know, he's a young guy. Let me get down. Let me get caught up with y'all. Let me get caught up with y'all. They say I'm a one-trick pony. Natasha Malone, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a while. And Charles Dodson. What's going on, Charles Dodson? I don't know why they took him off of Sister Circle. I don't think that was ever discussed. Hi, Soul Sister #1 show moderator. Thanks for coming in. Don't forget to hit. Would you please hit the like button? Thank you. TGIF Soul is on twice. It's on twice a week, Wednesday and Friday. Okay, thank you, Charles Dawson. So they're on twice a week. I don't understand what that is actually. Is it it's an internet network? Is that what it is? Because they have several different shows. I don't particularly like the one with the ladies. They have another one they do. It just depends on what personalities are. It's all about opinions, right? But they have a whole network on here on YouTube. Now, does that broadcast on television as well? I don't know how it works, but apparently they're profitable enough to pay these people. They're not doing it for charity. I do peep in though, depending on what the subject is. I still don't know. You still don't know who shot JR? Wasn't that woman, his wife? I forget what her name was. P started with a P. I thought his wife shot, or was it his mother who shot him? People, y'all old people, do y'all remember who shot JR? Maybe that was a great publicity stunt, wasn't it? They had from the newspapers asking who shot JR. Squeenie, stop. He said on Instagram, he said on Instagram he would be back. Yeah, I just saw him in the comments of the other person who was talking about this story a couple hours ago. And he said, just wait till Wednesday. Don't get mad, baby. Be glad. I'm glad about it. So glad. But they wouldn't suspend him and then come back and look in his face again, right? After they done suspended him, child. Would they? I don't know. I think if he does leave, that would hurt that show, though. Because I think he brought the primary part of the audience is him, you know. I wouldn't say it's not a gay show or directed in that direction, but Claudia's not gay. But she's flanked by two gay men, and they're giving their gay opinion, right? I guess Reynolds supposed to be a bisexual, trying to represent everybody. Okay, Funky will be back on. I don't think he's suspended. Fox Soul is a streaming network like Netflix, BET Plus, Apple TV, HBO Max. Okay, I'm so far behind with all that stuff, Charles Dawson, because I still don't know what the hell it means. It's streaming on YouTube because it's on YouTube, right? So do they stream somewhere else? Do they have a bigger audience? It's owned by Fox Media Corp. Okay. So it is owned by Fox, the same people who do Fox News. But Fox News is different from their other programming because they also did Empire and The Star and all that. They work with Lee Daniels. All right. I saw they have a lot of different shows on there though. So it's a network. It's a streaming network. But Netflix is streaming network. You got to pay for that. Are we just getting a little bits and pieces of the show? I don't know. Maybe I'll go and research a little more. It's just one of those things you pop into, you know. You thought, Connie, you thought it was his side piece who was also his wife's kin. Oh, that little blonde girl. What was her name? I remember the little blonde girl. She killed him. I thought his mama killed him. Lord, we going back like 40 years, right? Although I always wondered, whoever shot JR, why didn't they aim back? We want to kill his ass. I take it you wasn't fond, Rhonda. Them shows used to rule the airways. Dallas, Falcon Crest, of course, Dynasty was the main one, big one. None of the remakes, though, seem to come off. Maybe it's because we saw the original. Maybe for the new audience, because they have remakes of all of them. They certainly have Dynasty on the Netflix right now, but it's totally different. Now, I love the piece where they now have all these black characters in these. When they remake them with black characters or Asian characters or other minority characters, and they mix a little gay flavor in the things now. Everything is not whitewashed the way it was when those shows were made back in the 70s. Just don't have the same punch as that Alexis Carrington. There's some memorable scenes in that thing. I've been okay, Connie. I've been all right. They paralyzed JR. Should have paralyzed his damn mouth. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Showing our age. They all remade. And if you like that, you really love that show. But if you really love the original, you probably won't like the remakes. I don't think. Like when they did what's the Armistead Maupin thing? Tales of the City. They did that recently as well. And I love the fact that a lot of their characters were now transgenders and Asian people. You know, San Francisco is 30% Asian. How in the hell did the old series didn't have no Asian people in it at all? So they've redone it and mixed all the characters in. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem to have the same punch. I didn't enjoy it as much. But they're young people, you know. Plus, when you see something old, you always want to compare it with something else. I don't even know if I like reading books and then watching the series. Now they got Interview with the Vampire, which was when I was in prison. That was one of my main books. I read it at least 3 times. Interview with the Vampire, but they make it Armand black, which is great because all these characters, there's no reason they all had to be white. And there was no practical reason why. It was just the way they did things at the time. So I haven't checked that out yet. Apparently, there's only been a couple of episodes. I think James Caldwell is reviewing it. There's only been a couple of. I got to check that out because I really did like that book and the movie as well. But it's long. I remember it being a very long book. You know, Anne Rice is no longer with us, but she was a great writer. Even though I don't like vampires in general. I like that one. Mm-hmm. They also had a Who Shot Bobby? They shot Bobby? I thought Bobby was the good one. Isn't it something when you don't see these people in a while and now you realize they're old people? And you know what that means, right? If they're old people, that means we old people too. Shit. If these characters were grown when I was a teenager watching them, that would mean that if I'm almost 65 years old, They got to be in the 80s and 90s, right? You just lost Betty White, not Betty White, excuse me, Angela Lansbury. Murder, She Wrote. But she was 97 years old. You know, how much further can you go? Mm-hmm. The original with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt was good. Yes. Oh, I forgot those two were the stars in it. Mm-hmm. And died this year. Yeah. I'm not sure. For me, I'm going to check it out, though. I will watch that one. I don't know where it's shown at. I think you can get it on Amazon Prime, though. The fight at the Lily Pond. Is that when who jumped on who, Bertrice Hobson? Somebody slapped somebody, and then the other one slapped the other one back, and then the other woman went and grabbed the woman and took her into the cement pond. Girl. It must have been Crystal must have attacked Alexis. Miss Alexis could not accept that her husband had moved on, and she didn't like the little blonde bimbo. Yes, that scene was memorable. It's wonderful when you can write a scene that will last 40 years. People still remember it. That was the Lily Pond. Okay, because the cement pond was in Beverly Hillbillies. Remember that? I'm going to the cement pond. Come on, Jed. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Ken folks said, Jed, move away from there. They said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars. Crystal and Alexis. Right. Her sister just died recently. I just saw her. Excuse me. This not working out, buddy. Come on. No, don't sit down. Don't sit down, Queenie. Take a break. There you go. Some people ask, Timothy, why don't you get move the damn dog in the bedroom before you start? You ain't got to stop, right? But he loves to be in here with his daddy. And he has good days and bad days, right? When my grandmama, when she was, her mind was starting to go, but she was in her 90s, right? And I said, Grandma, I called you yesterday and you didn't know who I was. You hung up on me. She said, baby, good days and bad days, baby. Good days. So Squeenie having a bad day today. It all depends on who walks the aisle. Angela Lansbury looked the same, young or old. She did kind of have that look, didn't she? Well, when she was young, they made her up to look old. She was supposed to be matronly. And then she became matronly. She looked the same. So that's a good point. Yeah, she did a lot more acting than just Murder, She Wrote, though. I recently started watching that sometimes. It's kind of dated 70s kind of stuff. I don't know. But her character is interesting. You know you old. When these people start dying, honey, that's when I know I'm old. Because it used to be you would only hear about major stars on maybe if you watch the news. But now with social media, as soon as somebody dropped, we all know about it, right? So somebody, everybody dies. It's not the way it was before we got these computers, honey. Then when all your rock and roll stars start dying, everybody, I used to love David Bowie. When he died, I knew I was on my way. I said, Lord, have mercy. I always thought we were the same age, but he's a little older than me, but all kinds of stuff can happen. Not everybody makes it to be old. So I guess it's a blessing. Certainly for somebody with all my health condition to be hanging around still. You got to call it good, honey. You still here. Reality TV has nothing on Dallas and Dynasty, baby. Y'all think people are going to get sick of that reality TV, though? I haven't watched it in years, but I mean, it's had its day for sure. But some of them shows have been on for 10, 15 years now. with no script and just coming up with something different to fight about every week. I don't know. I guess it'll hang around until something else comes along. But they thought that rap music was going to be a fad too. Remember, and they've been around about 40 years, I believe. I've been in San Francisco 32 years. We were already listening to rap before I came, and the people were already sagging their pants before I came here. So we didn't want them to sag their pants, right? And they still sagging their pants 40 years later. They still listen to rap music. As a matter of fact, it's the most popular music there is, right? So some things do hang around a long, long, long time. So maybe reality TV will be around for. I can see it with younger people. I don't know. I haven't watched a reality show in quite a while, but a lot of stuff qualifies as reality shows. All the HGTV stuff, that kind of stuff that I watch, that's also reality TV, right? Crime shows, that's reality TV. But when we think of reality shows, we're talking about this Bravo stuff, Whatever happened to Joan Collins? Well, her sister died. Let me see. Joan Collins was Alexis, right? Her sister was Jackie Collins. So last week I watched a biography of Jackie Collins. It's on Netflix. So her sister passed. Her sister was younger than her, but she died before her. But Joan Collins was still around. Mm-hmm. Wait, I just watched Funky last night. What happened to his channel? No, his channel, there's no situation with his channel at all. Customer service. Yeah, I saw that. He posted 23 hours ago. So, no, that was not an issue there at all. The issue was he's been missing from Fox Soul TGIF. It appears to be like he's been missing for quite some time. But as I said, they chop their videos up. So each video might only be 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know what the actual duration of the thing is, but they don't play it straight through. So even though it seems like this guy Gary has been on there a lot, that could have been filmed in one day. If you're really interested, you can go and look at the clothes they have on. But people were speculating that he had been either fired or laid off. He says no. It's just everybody takes some time off, honey. Even your favorite news programs, sometimes they have a substitute host on there. What's frustrating about some of these guys is they won't tell you what happened. You'll never know. Elnor, HGTV used to have redecorating show that were cost friendly. A design. I used to like Candace. What's her name? What was that girl's name? Not Candace Owens. There's another woman on there named Candace. She was excellent as a decorator. In fact, most of the stuff on there I don't watch because it's I got rid of cable anyway, so now I can't watch it. I can watch it on here, but a lot of their shows are like people for homeowners, and they are either flipping shows or they are home improvement shows. I don't have a home, so that's not very interesting to me. But I watched for years, House Hunters. I always liked that, House Hunters International. So if you really want to see it, you can get it on here, but it's not the same as, that's the only thing at the end of before I got rid of Comcast. That's the only thing I would watch. Oh, you remember Candace? Yes, Candace would do a room for $1,000. And she always use these modern, I like modern design as well. My stuff is traditional, but she did usually modern rooms, and she always used these electric fireplaces, right? Long ones, gorgeous. But she can make them look good. I guess she had the connections to the best ones. But she was a good designer. There are several of them on there. But I used to like also, there was one called Selling New York. I used to love that show. But there you have to pay for that now. But that wasn't a design show. That was more a real estate show. home repair and things. Hmm. Funny took the place of sexy. Alfreda Gross, you old and funny. Funny took the place of sexy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, personality takes over, honey. We all know people can be young, gorgeous, nice, firm breasts, and dumb as a box of rocks, honey. Right? It takes that living, baby. And then you just depend on your real personality at that point, if you develop one. Mm-hmm. Different seasons in life, Alfreda Gross. Mm. Tired on the open concept, Elnor? You're tired of the open concept? I think that might be here to stay, but the kind of open concept I don't like is when your couch is here and you're sitting looking at your refrigerator and your stove. I mean, in other words, it's just a wall in your living room. I don't like that at all. If the room is big enough, you can put a counter in there or a stainless steel counter or something to separate it, or turn your couch, considering if you have enough room, that the kitchen is behind your couch. But it's always been strange to me. A lot of studio apartments are like that, right? Where it's all one room. That's ugly to me. I like this kind here. This is fine. This is a little bit dated. When they just have a cutout, but if they were to do this apartment now, it wouldn't be a cutout. They would just take that whole top part of the wall off and just make that a counter, lower it a little bit and make it a counter. The modern apartments I've been in or I've seen, that's the way they do it now, right? But all that is subject to change, you know. Mm-hmm. Stevie J said, "You don't look old, Alfreda. You look fine." Mm-hmm. Tired of the open concept. I get tired of. I don't like when they do. Everybody got to do the exact same thing, right? And that's how the United States of America is, right? Like for instance, it used to be where your stove and your refrigerator, they would be brown, they would be green. That's what it was when I was young, right? And they had shag carpet all over the damn place, and some things would change. But then they flipped, and now every refrigerator has to be stainless steel, or it is ghetto, right? Everybody, all their appliances have to be the exact same. Everything's the same. And then it's trendy, right? But the trends change. Although stainless steel has been around a long time, and I love the look of stainless steel, but I'm just saying everybody had to change to the exact same thing, right? They used to have where brass, nobody used brass. This was only recently. No, if you use brass, it's outdated, it's ghetto as hell. Now they brought brass back. Now your fixtures are brass again. So where do you throw your old fixtures away? Follow the trends. I don't know. I like classic styles in I like just like classic styles in furnishings. I like the idea of something always being the same, being stable. But of course we know we change. I change stuff all the time. Just because I like shopping. White refrigerator and stoves. I just don't think enough about it. My refrigerators and stuff is white because it's old, it's a rental. So I'm not gonna change the damn refrigerator, girl. I ain't giving them all that stuff. You leave, you gotta leave it all there, right? But sometimes it's nice that people do something else. You know, you can do your wood cabinets in your refrigerator and your appliances that match the cabinets, right? Some of these modern places they have lacquered cabinets where you can't even tell it's a kitchen, right? They want nothing on the counters, nothing behind anything, and it looks like a cabinet, you know. So I appreciate people doing different things, but we all have to do the exact same thing. I don't know why they put these goddamn beige carpets in probably 90% of the apartments in America. You go into an apartment, it's not a high-end apartment, you know, would if it's high-end, but if it's not, now it's going to be either laminate or it's going to be this group. I can't even show you because I covered up. All my floors are all, you see, even coming from the front door, the floor is totally covered with rugs. So it really doesn't matter what kind of floor I have under there. But trust me, it is that damn beige carpet, which is impossible to keep clean. When they remodeled this building 3 years ago, they gave us the option of taking all of our stuff out, and they were going to put laminate floors in all the apartments who wanted it. I said, baby, I am not moving all this shit out there. They would even help to do it, but I said, I'm not going through all that because my floors are totally covered. You wouldn't see anything, and I don't really like the look of laminate floors. Now, some laminate is good. You can't tell. You have to get down on your knees and look and see if it's real wood or not. You can't tell. But cheap laminate floor looks like a linoleum. I certainly didn't want that. But, you know, everybody likes what they like. It's easier to care for sure. But laminate's a big deal right now. You know, used to be laminate countertops and all that. Now everybody has to have granite. There was a time when people didn't have granite countertops, believe it or not. They all had laminate. First they had tile, big square tiles. Then they decided, oh, this is too hard to clean. What about the grout? What about the grout? I said, girl, you've had the grout for the last 25, 30 years. What about the grout? Oh no, I gotta have smooth surfaces. So when they had the tile, or you had laminate. Now the thing is you got to have granite. Granite, and there's other surfaces, a couple other marble. I love that. I mean, I love those nice surfaces like that. Marble, granite, or some granites. Some are gorgeous, you know. Whatever. I ain't got to worry about it because I live in a rental apartment where I will be until they carry my ass out. Yeah, I don't like that carpet at all, honey. I never have. It's too hard to keep clean for one damn thing. Plus, I like rugs. I hate vacuuming, but it's something you got to do, you know. But for this last couple of years, since ain't nobody been in here, I don't have to do as much dusting and vacuuming, all that shit. I don't like it. But if you have company that make you keep your house pristine, right? Because you don't want the people come in and making fun of your house. You're gonna tell their girlfriend, "Ooh, girl, she got a nasty bathroom. Ooh, girl, I saw dust on the, you know how they are." We'll be having them back again next month because I used to, for years, since I moved in this apartment 12 years ago, I always had Thanksgiving here. So I'd have 9 people here. And then when COVID came, of course, I haven't had nobody in here. But I think this is the 3rd year. But this year we're gonna start over again. So I'll have people in here. That's when you get your deep cleaning, your baseboards and things. Baseboards and things. Because they be looking. I do all black to take sunlight right down. All black on what? On your counters? And I love black counters. I just bought this piece of furniture last week. It's got a black marble. It's got one of these days I'll do it again, but it's a black marble top on it, right? But it's got like the Greek key has been carved into the marble. It was totally smooth. I love that look. That's why I bought that thing. If I had a condo, I would get black counters. You know, I'm not really a cook, so it doesn't make any difference what the effect of cooking is. It's just the look. I love the look of black marble or white marble. You know, I forgot this other kind of surface they have. It's like a polished concrete. They have a lot of those in loft type buildings. Do a cooking. I can't cook, homie. Steve J. All I can do is eat. Same here, Mr. Tim. Told me I had to move stuff in one room, do the work, then move it back. I ain't moving this shit. Could not move it in the hall like they used to. Minimalize you. Okay. So you're saying that people wanted you to move everything into one room, do that room, then move it all back, then do that. I wasn't doing it, honey. Nope. That damn thing there took 3 people to move that bookcase. Ain't no way in hell. Take everything out of it, put everything back. No. I was not interested. Now, if they would have came through here with some real hardwood floors or something, I might have, done it just for the sake of getting something for free. But I ain't doing all that for no damn laminate floors. Now, when you go into new buildings, though, even though they're not high-end buildings, even though they cost no more than this apartment, they will automatically put in many times stainless steel appliances. They'll put in whatever is current. Like both of my friends who live in the towers, I don't know if Gamage is in here, but they live in this tower building downtown, where high-rise complex with several high-rises together. And when they went in there, they got all black marble counters. They got beautiful tile floors. Whatever is current is because of the time that they build them. Now that'll change and it'll be passé for somebody else. But whatever is current, then they'll put that in there. Let's see. People's nowadays been extra with front door with wreaths, lights, decorating per season. Some of it is nice. The Halloween decorations are really something to see. No, I don't do none of that. Well, there's no reason to in an apartment. And I don't have any kids. I think when you have kids, you're going to tend to do more as far as Christmas lights and all this stuff. Or a partner, whatever, you entertain. I don't like all the holiday and breaking your house, changing everything and changing it all back. I don't do it. I don't even put a wreath on the damn table. But I'll have my friends back over here again. That'll be cute for Thanksgiving dinner. Now, all I got to do is put the damn meat in the oven because they do all the cooking, right? And they say, please, Timothy, don't try to cook. If you can't cook, don't put us through that. So I said, okay, I can heat up the goddamn ham. I can do that. So that's what I'll do. Halloween monsters look very realistic. Yes, they'll put a hand up in the window or a head floating in the air. Halloween monsters. It's almost Halloween, right? 31st. I moved in here the day after Halloween. So I've been here 12 years. Yeah, November. Wait a minute. No, I moved in here the 1st of November. So I just had a celebration then because Halloween was that month. Halloween at the end. But I like Thanksgiving, I was hoping I had me a husband by now. But the only way I'm going to get him if he come and knock on my damn door, because I'm certainly not going to go look for him. And I don't want nothing offline to come over here and rob me. Or I got to listen to him talk. What do you do when he open the door to these people online? You open the door right away, no, this ain't it, honey. But then you got to sit there and listen to him, go on a date with him, honey. No, no, thank you. So I don't know how that would ever happen. I ain't gonna be like Jay Wilson, try to go out and starve myself. Buy me some extra lube, child. I ran out of lube. I said, well, Jay Wilson, how did you run out of lube? I mean, usually they come in a container this size. Can we assume, Jay Wilson, that you had lube at some point, but you told that man to bring the lube? That means you were out That means you've been using a whole lot of lube, honey. It's hard to run out of lube, baby. YouTube dating. I never met nobody on YouTube. I never met nobody. They say they got a app on Facebook if you just want to meet somebody and talk to. I wouldn't mind having a little pen pal kind of thing online. Somebody to talk to, you know. But I talk to y'all. As you get older, you know, you'll find that you need less. You need less in all areas. You need less decorations on you. You know, you need less validation, less love. Jay Wilson is a top. Keep telling yourself that, girl. Elaine, I'm still trying to figure out how you would make something like that happen, honey. How? Hey. I don't know how you would physically make that happen. But Jay Wilson be a top on what, girl? You have to at least be able to reach the parts, honey. She shies away from using my name anymore, right? Because she don't want me to come over and knock upside her goddamn head, which makes it. I always like, because when she would open her mouth about me, that would give me justification for going on there and smacking her around, right? So she always said, "Oh, I don't talk to him. I don't watch him. I don't watch. I don't watch." I said, "Girl, to be in everybody's business, I don't know how you get your information if you don't watch nobody, child. You don't watch nothing, and you ain't gonna give them no money by going on their sites and on their pages and things." I don't care to explore the thoughts. Ow! Ow! God damn it! Ow! Poke, poke, poke. He said when he came to San Francisco, everybody in San Francisco, when he came into a room where he beat the trade, he said they all turned around and looked. Oh, they never seen this black look. I'm trying to imagine a whole restaurant of people turn around to see fucking Jay Wilson, girl. Under no conditions, honey. What conditions would they be looking at your ass? Baby, they got so many different kind of men here, Jay Wilson. I mean, this is the gay mecca, girl. They ain't nobody turn around to see your fat, funky ass. You are your bald head friend. Ooh, they wasn't used to this. They wasn't used to this. The black love. He said he came into the bar, and the white man came. The white man came. They started rubbing his chest. I took his hand. Get off his chest. Get off. This is my dude. I said, Jay Wilson, there is so much to choose from here, honey. Ain't nobody thinking about you or that bald head bitch you brought up in there, girl. I don't know where your delusions come from. You have told that story over and over and over again, right? So it tells us, Jay Wilson, that you really haven't had nobody. If you're calling somebody you just met 2 days earlier your dude, girl, it tells us you haven't had a lot of experience in this thing, right? So now you're claiming again, oh, I've been with my guy for 5 years. I've been with, what, you write the date down, girl? Because, you know, if you actually talk about how much time you've actually been together, I'm suspecting there have been many breakups, start again, whatever, you know, basically your girlfriend's girl. You're always trying to impress somebody, Jay Wilson, that somehow or other you have something that no one else has. You do so, but then you do nothing. I mean, you have no accomplishment. You should have accomplishment. Anytime a man tells you that they have got 5 degrees, you would have to assume that they would have accomplishment of some sort. Don't tell me that you got 5 degrees and then your greatest accomplishment in the work world was being a flying waiter. What is that? That's what you do in school to pay for your books, girl. But you have never spoken of anything any higher than that, certainly. The black love, baby. Here they come. Ooh, did you see it? Oh, no charge for the food. No charge. Look at that black love. Look at that's love, huh? Like Tina said, baby, what love got to do with it? What love got to do with it? My dude. I'm sorry that offends people when you say flying waiter, but that's what a stewardess is. Steward or stewardess. I don't know if he was wearing men or women's clothes. It seemed like it could have been either. On the inside. Some people still wondering, Jay Wilson, when you put that Afro wig on, they say, well, why would he have a wig in his house, a woman's wig in his house, right? Are there secrets? Should we talk to Marcus? Oh, what you got on, bro? What you got on, dog? Oh, this is just something I wear around the house. Just something simple to wear around the house. They call that a trunk in the gay world, honey. These closet cross dressers. When you already said you were a closet queen, right? So we don't know what the hell goes on, honey. All we know for sure is you need somebody to bring the lube, honey. That means the lube has been used up. You ain't got no more. You can scrape the bottom of the lube, child. Nothing left, girl. I mean, you've been slapping it on a regular basis, baby. They have dog marijuana. Dog marijuana? Oh, Lord. Oh, you talking about when I said I ain't gonna really drug my dog now, Lee. I ain't gonna drug the ding dong donner. He said, what's happening, Daddy? Cool, man. I ain't gonna drug my baby. He okay. I like his little personality when he decides to pay attention to me. You know, dog had the power. You can beg it. Come on, baby, give me some sugar. Give me a little sugar. No, don't want to. Don't want to. And you say, okay, you want goody treat? Goody treat? No, wrong treat. Okay. Okay. You need scratch? What do you want? Why are you looking at me? Child, never. Goonies never say die. Never. I ain't sitting down with that fool. For what? Design combatants be sector. She ain't came for me in a while, child. I see some of the girls are returning though. I see 5 babies returning for some of them left. 5 babies returning to the beef sector, and I see that that Hottie Ho is trying to make a comeback, honey. I guess it didn't work over there for the Hottie Ho. She chose me to be her victim or her the one she was going to use to get back, right? But they're showing up again, child. So maybe we'll breathe a little bit more life into the beef sector. I don't know. We'll see. See what else going on here. Those wigs look better than those ridiculous hats. Ain't that something? No class at all. Why does he always goes by the exact wrong hat? We know you're a bald-headed nigga, right? But why are you getting like Jewish man's hats and shit? That's just so stupid. Now he got sailor hats with it turned up. It's like he lived in a closet. Well, I guess literally he did his whole life. And he just don't have no style at all, Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson, there are stylish hats, child. Go and get you some magazines or something, boy. Everything you put on is wrong. Right? He got some of the most ridiculous hats. Christmas is coming. That's why you think 5A making a return. Well, the girl used to clean up. We got to say that, honey. I don't know. Have y'all noticed, though, that she seems to be coming back? Exact wrong hat. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Probably at the swap meet some damn where, child, and they got hats on sale. Orthodox Jewish hats. How do you explain that, girl? You're walking around town in an Orthodox Jewish hat. Amish hat. Yeah, you got an Amish hat too. They're two different hats. Both of them are just as inappropriate. Mm. Anyway. Y'all go and check out and see if Funky Dineva come in tonight. We could at least give her a click and review so she won't get mad at us. Talking about y'all need to check you need to check your sources, right? Verify your information, excuse me. Don't get tested, baby. You're just talking. Mm-hmm. Queen Bus out here with Amazon wish list. Oh no, they ain't started already, have the child. Amazon wish list. I never understood what they do with all that stuff, really. I don't need shit. If I don't need something, just go buy it, honey. Good evening, Tommy. I'm Timmy. Timothy. Hope I didn't miss the fireworks. What's new with the Whitehead and that apartment building? Lord. George Benson, you come in too late. Benson George. I'm about to sign off, man. The Whitehead Estates. Lord, they digging into the Whitehead Estates now, child. You know there had to be a story there, right? We all done lived in apartments, small apartments, honey. What they call mom and pop operations. I ain't never seen mom and pop riding around no damn Rolls Royce convertibles, honey. I ain't never seen it. With a Porsche in the garage. That boy, I don't think he's all that bright, really. Maybe we should not pick on him because he's mentally ill, right? I just can't trace what's going on in his mind. Why he think these people are not going to dig up the truth on his ass, child? You ain't did nothing to deserve no hundreds and millions of dollars. You haven't done anything. You said you can't sell real estate. More will come out and they'll reveal why he was able to acquire that building. Probably the building was in disrepair, something with the city, and they needed to get someone to fix it up. So they lent him the money to fix it up. Right. He pretended he was in politics and all this shit. But you see, the apartment complex is in Connecticut. Hell, he lives in Brooklyn. Right. Yeah. I mean, you can't sell property in New York because you're a felon. So you go over do you drive over there every day? I don't know how it works. He ain't did nothing to the building, honey. That's the main thing. They lent him the money to fix the building up. He hasn't done anything. As soon as he got the check, he went out shopping, and he's been shopping ever since. Then he started ripping other people off to keep up this fake lifestyle he's started. The main thing is all you got to do is go over to his channel. And you'll see he can't preach, right? So it's all hype. It's all done with mirrors. But more will be revealed there. But unfortunately, I got to go and get myself something to eat. Thank y'all for coming in on today. It's always good to talk to you. And y'all go over there and check out see if Funky Dineva came and see. Glad you're here, Funky Dineva. Give him some encouragement. Later, people.